Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Turning Your Passion in the Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are around the globe. It's certainly a sunny day where I'm at, and I just hope that whatever you are doing, that you will grab your pen, your paper today, because today we have a very awesome show. We have a very special lady who's going to talk about a book that she has written. And I know this is something that I hope will resonate with you. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Gertrude J Chapman, and I teach women who are not seeing their value or how much they're worth, and they struggle through life because maybe they're depressed, or maybe they find themselves where they're thinking, I don't have anything of value. And this is something that I help them see. I help them see that they have value and they have worth. And
Mhm.
I do this through being an inspirational book coach through my services. And I make it easy for these women to tell their story, to generate a consistent monthly revenue from authoring their books and knowing exactly what to include in their books. And I
Mhm.
show them how to maximize their potential. And this is something very important, to maximize your potential. And it saves them time, and it, also avoids them making costly mistakes. Because sometimes, women, sometimes, you go through your dailies and you go through, the mundane things in life, and you push yourself back. Okay, you push yourself back, and you don't see the treasures and the gems that's on the inside of you. And these are some of the things that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about this. And the theme for this month has been productivity.
Yeah.
Productivity. And today, I'm going to introduce to you Tiffany Rochelle. And she's going to tell you about her and her book.
Okay. Well, good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. It's super pleasure to be here. I am Tiffany Rochelle. I'm an author. I'm a heart and goal coach. I encourage women to rid the toxins of their hearts and to set goals that are true to you. What I believe is your mouth speaks from the abundance of your heart. So it's critical that you guard your heart, for the issues of life flow from it. So for me, that is one of the responsibilities that I take on, is to make sure you rid all those toxins from your heart, from these previous relationships and or familial relationships that you have encountered. So that's me in a nutshell.
So I like what you said, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. And a
Absolutely.
lot of times, that's what happens to women.
Hmm.
Okay, we're talking to women today because this
Hmm.
is our audience, the women. Okay,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
they talk all this negative self-talk to themselves,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
and that suppresses some things, and they
Hmm.
have these thoughts, and then
Yeah.
they speak them out, and
Hmm.
so what happens? They live that way,
They
right?
do. Because that's what they're putting out there. Those words that they're speaking, it's
Hmm.
seeds that they're putting out there. So anything that you're saying, you're going to eventually see, oh, you make me sick. I can't stand you.
Hmm.
I don't want to be here in this job, or you're a bad little kid. All these
Hmm.
things you're speaking, and you're just breathing life to it. Life and death flow from this thing right here.
Oh
So
yeah.
you have to be very careful of the things that you say. I'll take a moment, or you'll hear me say, because I'm trying to
Hmm.
be very intentional with whatever I say,
Yes.
because I believe in speaking life and I like uplifting individuals. And if I
Yes.
got something nasty to say, you might see one of those numbers. That's probably why I talk crooked, because I'm
But
always
it's
doing
so
this.
true, huh?
But I
It's
have to be
true.
very careful of what I say, because there's absolutely no way that I want you to leave feeling negative. So we have enough of that going on around, that there's a lot of
Yeah.
people speaking negative stuff. We got to change that atmosphere. We got to change what we say. We
Yes.
got to be very careful about that.
Yes, especially what we say to ourselves, especially that self talk, that negative self talk. I can't do this. I can't
Hmm.
do that.
Hmm.
This will never work for me. All of those things,
Hmm.
which is not true.
It isn't.
And that's the thing that lowers the self-esteem. And even, you know, people taking in, I always tell people like this, you know, my phone doesn't ring with gossip, my phone doesn't ring with
Come
that, because
on.
I tell people I am not a garbage disposal.
At
And
all.
that's what people should say. I'm not a garbage disposal.
Hmm. I'm not. I'm not your trash compactor. You're
That's
not about to
it.
bring all your trash here to me, and I'm just gonna hold it because that's what's gonna
Yeah.
end up happening. You bring me your trash, I'm sitting here holding it, and I'm
Mhm.
just sitting here. I don't want all that festering inside of me because then I'm gonna start believing some of the stuff that I'm like, man, she said that. I'm taking on that, and so
Mhm.
I'm just like, nah, man, keep all that there.
That's it.
You gotta
That's
go.
where it's
If you're
coming
talking to me because you want to change your worldview, okay, that's one thing. But if you
from.
just want to gossip and you just want to hee hee ha ha and talk
Mhm.
down about somebody, I'm sorry, I'm not that one. Call
That's it.
somebody else. Okay.
Call somebody else. That's it.
Yeah.
And we talked about, you know, today the power of you. Okay, the power
Mhm.
of you.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah.
power of you,
Mhm.
the power of your essence, the power of who you are. Be
Yeah.
unapologetically you, because you don't have to apologize to nobody. You
At
could just
all.
cut it off right there. Because
Absolutely.
what people say, what will happen? Those negative thoughts will start going in your head and start
Mhm.
playing in
Mhm.
your head, and before
Mhm.
long, what happens? You talk
Mhm.
it out, you speak it
Mhm.
out.
Mhm. And you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna start believing that. That's the
And
last
you're
thing
gonna
you need to
believe
do is start believing that I'm dumb. I'm not
it.
worth it. I'm not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm inconsiderate. I mean, those are just little small stuff, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
ugly. I don't need to have those beliefs about
Mm-hmm.
myself. So there's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely no way. If I have to guard all my
Yes,
gates, I got to be
yes,
careful what I see. I got
yes,
to be careful for the things that I hear because one thing I don't want to do is continue to receive the negative worldview that you have about me. I have to guard
exactly.
that because if I believe I'm worth it, if I believe I'm somebody, I don't
Mhm.
need your worldview about me for me to take on that belief. So I'm going to
Exactly.
either change your worldview about me or I'm just not going to deal with you because I love me. I
That's
appreciate
it.
me. I
That's it.
value me because I'm worth something. Okay.
That's right. And that's
Yeah.
what we need to tell people
Mhm.
right out there, these women. I value me. That's
Mhm.
something that, ladies, that you should repeat right now. I
Mhm.
value me.
I
And
value me.
that's very
Mhm.
important.
You could put that in the chat.
Oh
I
yeah,
value
I
me.
value me.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So who's your ideal audience? Who's your ideal audience? I'm not gonna necessarily say women, but who's your ideal audience?
That's a great question. I do primarily work with women,
Mhm.
but as of lately, I will say some gentlemen have been coming my way, and it's not because they
Mhm.
want to hit on me either. But I do primarily work with women. I would say like transitioning women,
Mhm.
like teen moms or women who are like divorcing or are divorced,
Mhm.
or empty nester, something to that degree. But uh, I primarily work with women that are in transition from discovering. I guess I should say I primarily work with women that are discovering who they are. Like I said, if it's from a transitioning from going from an empty nester or from a mom, a teenage mom, you're a teenager. Now all of a sudden I'm a mom. Like, what do I do? How does life happen?
Mhm.
What am I to do? That would be me. I kind of help you. And that's my audience is teen moms, women's transitioning. So,
Okay. Well, we have some guests on here. Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, Shauna. Good
good
morning, Janaea. Good morning, Sean. And I might mess up this name, Laquiville, Miss
morning.
Pace. Good
Look,
morning, everybody.
radio.
Good morning. Thank you for being with us this morning as we're talking about the power of you, because it's all about you. It's all
Yeah,
about you. You
it is.
know, and
Mhm.
we're not saying that in a prideful way or
Right.
anything of that nature, but women, we got to learn how to guard our hearts. Okay, we
Yeah.
got to learn not to take in certain things, and
Mhm.
because of these negative things, that's how women believe
Mhm.
these things about themselves. And
Mhm.
we talk to, and I know I talk to women every day.
Yeah.
Okay, and I mean precious people,
Mhm.
full of jewels, full of
Mhm.
treasures, and
Mhm.
they don't see that in themselves. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, when I finish this broadcast, I have a client that's coming over here
Okay.
to meet with me, and beautiful, okay,
Mhm.
beautiful
Mhm.
gifts, talents, and abilities,
Mhm.
but she don't see it.
Oh, wow.
She don't
Wow.
see it,
Wow.
you
Wow.
know. And I've been working with this person. It's like, she's finally coming out of her shell. Okay. She's
Good.
finally coming out of her shell. And,
Uh-huh.
this has been a work with her for a moment. But,
Okay.
she's following, I have things strategic for her. She's
Mhm.
following, my lead and different things like that, And she's finally beginning to see,
Right.
you know, and
Uh-huh.
that's what, we're talking about today, you
I
know.
love those moments. I love
Yeah,
those
those are
when you
precious
get a chance
moments.
to see your value and you get
Yes,
a chance to see your work, because it's a beautiful thing when I can see you. But
yes,
when that light comes on and that aha comes on
yes,
inside of you, oh my God, it's almost like you really realize how powerful your light is. And it's like,
yes,
oh yeah, I want my light to shine. I ain't letting nobody stick
mhm,
no shade on top of my light. Like
yes.
seriously, it's time to shine bright for real. I
It's time to
love when that
shine bright.
happens. So
Yeah.
congratulations for your work. I like that.
Yes, but beautiful. But congratulations for her that
Yeah.
she's finally seen it,
Mhm.
that she's finally seen. Because, I was talking about on my show yesterday,
Okay.
it's not about the sensation, it's about the transformation. People are
Come
looking for
on.
transformation, they're not looking for entertainment. They're not looking for that, they're looking for
Mhm.
transformation,
Correct.
you know.
Correct.
And
Correct.
when you see people's lives being
Mhm.
transferred,
Mhm.
form, that's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful
It
thing,
is.
you know.
That's an
That's a
exciting point for
beautiful thing.
me.
Yeah,
I love it. I
yeah,
promise you I am. I love that. Anytime
yeah,
anybody's life is transformed or their mindset shifts, oh my,
yes.
that's absolutely amazing. Oh, it's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing. I
It's a
don't got
beautiful
excited for
thing.
that.
That's it. So, what was the motivation behind your book? What motivated you?
So for me, I wanted people to know that in spite of your struggles, in any situation that you are going through, that you can still win. For me, I got pregnant at a young age, which I was 15 when I got pregnant. And I had my first child 1 month after I turned 16. So technically, I was 16 when I did that. Then I had my next child at 17, and then the last one when I was 21. So all my major milestones, I was pregnant. And I was divorced by the time I was 22.
Mm,
So I never got a chance to really be who I was. I was always Elder Winston or Mother Winston's child. I was Dre or Ace's little sister or my kid's mom. Um, I was the pastor's wife. So you always knew me as somebody else, but no one ever really took the time to know who I was. So if I did
mm,
anything that was out of the norm for being a mom or a pastor's wife or a pastor's kid, it was like, "Ooh, you're bad," or I was
mm,
looked down upon. So I didn't like being looked at sideways. So when I did do something that I wanted to do, it
mm,
felt good because I was like, this is a choice that I decided to make.
mm.
And it just felt really good at doing that. So I decided to unapologetically be me. And
Yeah,
I just really decided that it's okay for me to choose to do certain things that I wanted to do.
yeah.
And I wasn't going to second guess that anymore. So
Mhm.
once I started doing that, I was like, oh, this feels good. I want somebody else to feel like this too. And it's okay because we all struggle. We all have transitions that we go through
Yeah.
in life, but that doesn't have to stop us. That
Mm,
doesn't have to incarcerate us in
mm,
whatever it is that you're in. Free yourself and go ahead and be unapologetically you. If you want to go
that's it.
kayaking, it's okay for you to do that. My grandmother didn't like me going out to the beach or out there to the water because she
Mm.
was scared of swimming. And
Okay.
she was scared of the sharks and the alligators that might be out there. So she placed that fear on me. So
Mm,
I got scared. I'm like, I'm not
mm,
going out there. I'm not doing that. But then
mm.
once I went out there, I really realized, oh my God, I like water. This is a peaceful place. Oh, my mind. Man, I got a lot of thoughts that's happening. So once I started
Mm.
doing things for myself, I
Yes,
really realized it's not that bad. I actually like this. And I'm not going to hell for going to the water. So
that's it.
it felt great. So I was just like, you know what? Somebody else needs to understand you can overcome. Get this book. Matter of fact, this one right here.
Yeah.
Get
Hold
this
it
book.
up so they can see it. Yeah. I choose me.
I choose.
Yes.
So that's what
Yeah.
I decided to do. I decided to choose me. And I went ahead and said, I want somebody else to choose them. and know it's okay to choose you. You're not being selfish. And
No.
then even if you are being selfish, it's okay, because you got to secure your own air first before you help anybody. I can't be the effective life coach, heart coach, or goal coach that I am. I can't be the effective mom,
Mm-hmm.
sister, or daughter, friend, eventually girlfriend, because I'm single. But I can't be that effective individual until I secure me first. So once
That's
I
it.
take care of me, everybody else benefits from me being a whole individual. So
And
that's
that's so
how
true.
that happened.
Yeah, but it's so true.
Yeah.
And Christine says transformation. Yes,
Mhm.
transformation is very important.
It
Yeah.
is. It
And
is. It is.
coming from behind the mask,
Mhm.
being who you truly want to be, being
Mhm.
yourself
It's important.
instead of, being who somebody expects you to be.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or, you know, being lost in somebody else's identity. And
Hello.
you find this, okay?
Mhm.
You find this with people. They
Mhm.
lost in somebody else's identity
In
or
their
what
space.
somebody else think that
Mhm.
they should be.
Yep.
And we even find that in the church world,
Mhm.
right? Oh,
Absolutely.
you such and such, you're gonna be such and such, and that's not you.
Mhm.
That's
It's
not
not.
you at all.
Mm-mm. It's who you want me to be.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's okay that you have that aspiration
Yes.
for me, but that's what you want. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what I want.
That's
So,
it.
but that kind of like we see jewels and we see the value in somebody else.
Yeah.
That's great, but that
Yeah.
just don't make me feel bad if you decide
No.
that you want me to be this lawyer, this doctor, and I
Yeah.
choose not to be that. I'm still going to aspire to be a great individual, still
Mm-hmm.
celebrate the greatness in the individual.
Mm-hmm.
Stop making people feel bad because they didn't choose your path. It's okay
Yeah.
for them to have their own path that they're walking on.
And that's
So,
true. And that is so true. Just because, you were brought up in a certain family
mhm,
that had a certain business and
yeah.
certain whatever, just like
Mhm,
me, it was with real estate. That's what my
uh-huh,
parents did. That was real estate,
mhm, mhm,
and I climbed that corporate ladder.
yeah,
I was a real estate agent at one
uh-huh,
time. I
uh-huh.
started even to buy a Century 21 office at one
Come
time. Okay.
on, you better.
Yeah. I wrote mortgages and stuff like that, but that wasn't me.
Okay.
That was not me.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
And you remember I told you about my story, how things were suddenly shifted in my
yeah.
life.
Mhm,
This is who I
mhm,
am.
mhm,
My it's me,
mhm.
bringing transformation to other people's lives,
Yeah.
empowering them that they could do better. This
Mhm,
is me. This
mhm,
is what I enjoy doing.
uh-huh,
So, not until, like you said,
mhm.
until you find out your true identity,
Yeah.
you'll stumble through life. And many women, that's what happened. They
Mhm,
stumble through life.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm. Well,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why you're here. It's one of the reasons why I'm here. I'm going to help you. I don't want you to stumble. We're going to
Mhm.
walk real good. Okay.
Mhm.
There's no need for you to stumble. I don't want you to do that
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So anytime I can help, I'm a phone call, text message, email, social media away. You do not have to do life alone.
That's
So
it. And that's
not
so
as long as
important.
I'm around. So
That's so important for people to know that they're not alone,
do not
that they're
alone.
not alone.
Mhm.
Because with that comes, not seeing their identity, not identifying with who they are.
Mhm.
There's a lot
Mhm.
of alone time. You'll even hear people say, well, I got to go find myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, I got to go find myself.
It
They
does
don't know
have.
who they are.
Mhm. But take that moment to discover who you are, though.
Hmm.
I'm not going to make you feel bad if you don't know who you are, because sometimes you don't know who you are. For
Hmm.
me, I started off as a teenager and went straight into adulthood. I didn't get a chance to enjoy. I made sure my kids were able to enjoy being a teenager. You better
Hmm.
enjoy every second of being that, because
Yeah.
I just kind of like bypassed that. Um, but you don't get a chance to discover who you are,
Yeah.
or you just are limited into the thinking of whatever title you have. I am just a mom. I
Hmm.
am just a teacher. I am just certain titles that you have. You feel like that's all that you are, but there's so much more to you. What else
So
do you
much
like?
more.
Discover who that is. Find out who. Go kayaking. Go skiing. You
Yeah.
know, go grab a book. If you don't like an actual book, go get an ebook, get an audio
Yes.
book. Oh my God,
Yes.
all the information that you'll discover
Yes.
inside of that particular book. You never know what's inside of you that's laying dormant in your life. It might have been taught to you, but you just kind of forgot about it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just try stuff and discover who you are because you're
Mm-hmm.
more than just whatever that title is that you were wearing.
Oh
So,
yes. And
yeah,
that's the heart of this whole show.
yeah,
Find your value, find your self-worth, find out who you are.
I
Who
am.
you are,
Hmm.
you know? If people would only realize, get
Hmm.
somewhere in a quiet place
Yes, yes.
and discover who they are, they
Hmm.
feel so much better.
You will.
Everybody has something that they could contribute to the world.
Absolutely, they do. Absolutely.
Everybody.
Hmm.
And you hear people saying, "Well, I don't have anything of value." Yes, you do.
Sure you do.
There's a
Sure,
lot.
sure you do.
Look at
Absolutely you do.
look at the journey. Look
Hmm.
at the journey. Just look at your life and my life. Look at the journey.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know.
But I think we compare each other, or we compare ourselves to each other,
Mhm.
because you may see me, maybe I'm doing life coaching and you feel, oh my gosh, she's super successful in the process of doing that. And all I'm doing is able to cook a cake. So you feel like that, baby, I need you and your cake because I don't cook. I know how to. Wait, let me clear that up. I know
No.
how to cook. I like to eat. Okay. I do know how to get into this kitchen and do a little something, but that's not my specialty. But
Mhm.
just because that's not my specialty doesn't mean that I feel any less than. I
Mhm.
need you and your cooking self because you help me become a
Mhm.
better individual. So don't minimize what you are able to do or whatever your gift and talent is because it's not what I do. We still need each other. You're contributing a whole lot. You know,
Mhm.
it's something different than what I'm able to bring to the table. But together we can go ahead and empower some people. I'm gonna
That's
use
it.
my words and we're gonna eat off of your food and we're gonna be real strong individuals. You know what I mean? So I
Mhm.
can't compare. Stop comparing. That
That's
matters.
it.
Yeah.
Stop comparing.
Hmm.
Stop comparing. Learn to appreciate one another.
Hmm.
Collaborate.
Hmm.
Appreciate. That's so
Hmm.
beautiful. Now,
Absolutely.
I want to ask you this. Now, women think that they don't have a voice,
Ooh,
okay?
okay.
And they remain silent.
Hmm.
Remember, we talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
But we're talking about women. They don't
Hmm.
have a voice, they remain silent.
Okay.
What can you tell them to help them see that they matter?
Good stuff. Um, well, if you're staying silent, silence doesn't get you anyplace. Um, if I mute this broadcast here and turn my video off, what good am I to your show? If I turn the video back on, but I remain muted, I'm still not helpful because you don't get a chance to hear any of the
Mhm.
questions that you're asking me. So I need to show up and I got to use my voice. And when I show up and I'm using my voice, I'm
Mhm.
able to be a better assistance to you. Um, so I'd say listen to your voice that's inside of you, that voice that you're muffling or that you're ignoring. Um, and if you are at any particular point where you feel like you just can't talk, write it out. But whatever it is, I think you need to get your thoughts and your feelings out. Um, we often want to be treated a particular way, and we want someone to hear how we're feeling, but I can't treat you effectively how you want to be treated or how you need to be treated if you don't use your voice. Your voice is super powerful and you get what you want by using your voice. And once you learn to use your voice, um, your life is going to completely change. Especially once you learn to actually use it and how to use it. And when I'm saying learn to use it, because sometimes we'll talk in a tone that will completely shut people off because I'll talk
Mhm.
at you. But once I learn to use my actual voice
Mhm.
and use the appropriate tones, oh my God, your life will change. So your dreams do matter. Your voice matters. Your life matters, and your life matters to me, and for sure to God. So use your voice so I'm able to, and the people that are around you are able to use, do whatever it is that you need to do. But your voice is powerful. Please do not silence your
Mhm.
voice. Your voice matters. It's very powerful.
Oh yes, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
People. sometimes they think they don't have a voice. But
Yeah.
like you said, they either could speak it out or, they could write it out, put it in the message.
Yeah.
Now you're not, and again, you don't compare yourself to
Hmm.
everybody else.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
You can.
on, we run our own race. We on our own time clock, but
Absolutely.
everybody has a voice.
Everybody.
And there's a certain amount of people that will hear your voice. We're not the voice for everybody,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
we are
Right.
the voice for somebody's.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
we're the voice for somebody's.
Hmm.
And with the treasures and the jewels that people have on the inside of them,
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
know, and they still haven't written their book.
Hmm.
They still haven't written their book.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
and you often hear me say on this program, 63,000 Google searches every second of every day are people that scouring the internet
Hmm.
looking for the information for your expertise, ladies,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
what you know. And
Hmm.
put it when you write your book, you're putting it in a condensed format
Yeah.
because everything on the internet,
Hmm.
there's a lot of junk out there too.
It
Okay?
is. It is.
There's a lot of junk out there too. But you are the trusted voice. You're
Hmm.
showing up. You care about people.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. And
Hmm.
this is how you build, that know, like, and trust factor.
Yeah.
But, beyond that, you have a voice.
You have it. Hmm.
You have a
Hmm.
voice. And, people have to learn to get their message out there,
Have to. Have to.
you know,
Hmm.
expertise,
Hmm.
education,
Yeah.
all
Hmm.
of these things,
Hmm.
passion.
Hmm. Hmm.
What are you passionate about?
Hmm. Hmm.
Somebody's
Hmm.
scouring for that on the internet. You
Hmm.
know,
They
they're
are.
looking on YouTube.
Hmm. Hmm.
They Google searching it,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
you already have the answers.
You are the answer that
Yeah,
somebody needs. You
yeah,
have it all inside of you, and you're just scared to. That's why I was saying, if you can't say it, write it. Because
that's it.
sometimes, for a moment in time, I didn't like the way my voice sound. So, and it's not so much the audible voice. I didn't like the way it sound. I felt like it came across too harsh. So, my favorite thing I end up having to do, these things became my favorite. I have a
Write
whole
it
bunch
down.
of them over here.
Yeah.
I keep them around, and I do that intentionally because there's times that I just can't talk. So I let my words talk for me. And then
Hmm.
sometimes I just really want to email you, text you, or say something and say, here, this is what I'm trying to say. Here's the
Hmm.
heart of what I'm saying. And you don't get a chance to interrupt me. So
Hmm.
because I'm scared of what you're going to say to me, but I really want you to know. So I write it down. Here you go. But that's information that somebody needs so that
Yeah.
they'll understand how they can get through life, how they'll get a chance to even cook because you got your ingredients down on some paper.
Hmm.
I know by whatever you write down. If you can't say it, write it.
Right, and that's so true. And
Yeah.
um, ladies, gentlemen,
Hmm.
whoever may be on this live stream,
Hmm.
we telling you things from our own experience. Okay. We're
Right.
telling you things from our own experience. We're being transparent here.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
We're
Hmm.
being transparent because one time I didn't like my voice.
Yeah.
I, I didn't like my voice being deep. I didn't like my voice being heavy. But when
Hmm.
I understood, you
Hmm.
know, why my voice was a certain way,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
then I was able to accept it. But that's where you have to get to know who you are,
Come
you know,
on.
your identity, knowing who you are
Hmm.
because my voice is a voice that cuts to the root of things.
Yeah.
Okay, get
Uh-huh.
that root and
Uh-huh.
pull it out, and then brings that transformation, bring that healing. It
Hmm.
goes deep, and
Hmm.
that's why I always say, these shows are for the deeper dive. We're gonna
Yeah.
get to the root, Tiffany. We're gonna get to the root, and after we finish this broadcast, I got something to share with you. We're
Okay.
gonna get to this root,
Okay.
of
Hmm.
things.
Hmm.
Um, but I choose me.
Hmm.
I choose me. People
Hmm.
have to make that choice to
Yeah.
choose themselves
Hmm.
and stop pushing themselves on the back burner.
Yeah.
That is so important.
Mm.
Choose yourself. You chose everything else. You
Yeah.
chose, it's time for the mask to come off. Okay.
Come on.
And we're not talking about the
Mhm,
pandemic. We're talking about it's
mhm.
time for the mask to come off.
Come
Some
on.
of
Take
these
it off.
people have masks on their face. They're
Mhm,
trying to be this person. They're trying to be that person.
mhm,
They got bits and pieces everywhere, picking up
mhm,
bits and pieces. It's time to get rid of
mhm.
the
Yep.
bits and pieces
Mhm,
and just choose
mhm.
yourself
Choose
and
you.
be satisfied with who you are. You
Yeah,
have value. You have worth.
you do. You do. Mhm.
Everybody's what we're uniquely made.
Yeah. Hmm. You
You
sure
know,
are. You sure are. And I love being fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm a beautiful creation, and
that's
I
right.
don't want to be anybody else. I will glean wisdom, and I will take certain things from, you know what, you did that, not like that. You know what,
Hmm.
girl, that hair color, that is cute. You know what? Next
Yeah.
time you see me, why, I can take bits and pieces of your life, or certain things that you've done, but it's still nothing like being authentically me. There's nobody on this earth that is like me. I
That's
am one of a kind. And now they share my name. There's
right.
a plethora of people that have the name Tiffany. I got a few friends, and some of them are close friends that actually have the name Tiffany. Some of them spell it a little different. Some of them is classically spelled like mine, but they still aren't me. Even though we share the name, they're a completely different individual. But I'm grateful for finding who I am and knowing who I am and showing up being
Mm-hmm.
who I am, because there's something that's inside of you and something that's inside of
Mm-hmm.
me that somebody needs. But if I'm trying to be like you, they can't get their healing. They can't get what they
Mm-hmm.
need because I'm trying to be a carbon copy of you, but I'm not being me. How can I help you if I'm being somebody else's twin? And I'm still
Mm-hmm.
not being you because I'm trying to be like you. So I'm still not
Yeah.
you. No, coming behind the mask. There is no safety behind the mask.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm.
want to be who I am. And I like
Yeah.
being who I am. So, and I'm probably going to like being around you once you actually start acting like you. Because
And
sometimes,
that's so
you're
true.
around somebody, oh, why you acting like, why you
Yes.
trying to be like that person? Like,
Mm.
just be yourself. Once
Yeah.
you show up like you, I want to be around you. I want
Yeah.
to, if I wanted to be around that person, I promise you I'd call them or I'd be around them. I want to be you.
Yeah.
I want to get to know you. I want to understand who you are.
That's
So,
so powerful. That is so true. That's
yeah.
so true. And stop apologize. That's another thing women do. They apologize for who they are.
Hello.
But be unapologetically you.
Mhm,
You don't have
mhm.
to apologize for being you.
For being
You
you.
know, either
Mhm.
people gonna like you or they don't.
Hate
And
it,
you
love
know
it, or
what?
leave
Who
it.
cares, right? Who cares? Just keep it moving.
That part. That part.
Keep it
That's one of the
moving.
reasons why I'm always wearing these shirts here. My shirt says "Be you." Okay,
Be you.
I'm okay with being me.
Mhm.
Why be somebody else when I'm so god dog good at being me? So, period.
That's it, But people have been beat down with that. That's why,
Mhm,
it's we encourage women, we uplift them.
mhm,
Don't point out the faults. Everybody has faults.
mhm.
Everybody has shortcomings.
Absolutely.
Okay. And if
Absolutely.
there's something that's going wrong in a person's life or whatever, you
Mhm.
might address it, but
Yeah.
also
Mhm,
always have a
mhm.
remedy, have a solution
Hello. Yeah.
so
Right.
that person could, rise above that
Mhm,
situation
mhm,
instead of just, keep pouring salt
mhm.
into that wound.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
It's
a
a
lot
way
of
to
people
talk
are
to me.
wounded. Hmm?
It's a way to talk to you. If you want me to change,
Yeah,
it's a way to talk to me. Stop talking at me. So
yeah,
if you lovingly correct me, and
yeah,
it's not all the time meaning like, can you please stop doing that? You can
mhm,
still say it in a stern voice, but
yeah,
I can feel the love in your
yeah.
correction. Fun fact is, sorry, I have to plug him. But when I talk to Tommy, Coach Tommy, that man's rough. You hear me? And it's not in a mean way. That
No.
man gets to your mind. He's seriously the mindset coach. Okay.
Yes,
But
he
the
is.
way that man will talk to you, it's like you. He got that voice and he gets down to the root of the problem. So what is it? Oh, so you just gonna let, I can't do the voice like him, but you just gonna let that stop you? You just gonna, so how many seeds are you like, I didn't, oh, but it makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he says it, he's what he said, he meant it, and that settles
Mm-hmm.
it. He ain't gonna change how
Mm-hmm.
he says it. But it's never a disrespectful or
Mm-mm.
condescending how he says it.
Mm-mm.
Even though it's straightforward,
Mm-hmm.
it brings some correction and say, oh, you know what? You're right. I didn't do that. Oh, wait, let me fix that. It's a way that he does it. It's like
Mm-hmm.
this loving kindness that's
Mm-hmm.
causing me to want to, you know what? I gotta fix that. I'm starting to sit up straight now because I'm thinking about, oh, he just checked me. So it makes you want to change the way you talk to a
Yeah.
person. But if you're talking at me and talking down to me and making me feel
Mm-hmm.
bad about it, I'm not going to want to change from that. Maybe that's the stubborn part in me, but I'm not going
Mm-hmm.
to want to change when you're talking to me disrespectful. I ain't going to do it. Yeah, okay. Miss me. I'll do it again when I feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the way you
And
talk.
that's true. Yes, the way you talk. And the reason why I brought out that point, that's
Mm-hmm.
another reason why sometimes women don't see their value.
Mm-hmm.
They've been talked down to,
Talked
you
down.
know, or they
Mm-hmm.
try to, hide behind somebody else's identity.
Right.
And they don't choose themselves because they've been talked down to,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they're
Mm-hmm.
emotionally wounded and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
emotionally wounded. And, you know, that's a whole different program for a whole different day. Whole
We can talk
different
about
program
that
for a
later.
whole different
We
day.
can talk,
Yeah,
we can talk about
because
that at
we could
another
go on and on about that,
time.
but we want to make sure that these women, you
Mhm.
know, um, understand what we're talking about today. Hold up your book again, Tiffany, so they can see it. I choose you.
Mhm. I choose me. I absolutely love the fact of choosing me. And I love the fact that you would choose you.
Yeah.
So take the opportunity today
Mhm.
to choose you. Don't
Yeah.
choose anybody else because you'll choose to make sure that you eat. You'll choose to make sure your boss is happy. You'll choose to make
Mhm.
sure any and everything else around life is
Mhm.
happy. Your car note is paid because you don't want them calling you and you don't want it to show up on your credit bad. But choose you. Choose to do
Mhm.
something to make you happy.
Mhm.
So,
And
yeah.
that's so true. How you even brought that up. Choose you.
Hmm.
So, ladies, it's time to write your book.
Yes.
Write your story.
Yeah.
Let somebody know that you empathize with them. Okay, you've been right where they are.
Hmm.
Be that help to somebody.
Yeah.
Show them that if you have never been there, certainly you can't write about it. But if you've been there, you certainly can. You can't take somebody where you haven't been. But
Right,
if
right.
you've been there, you could write about it. Okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
Let somebody know your story
Hmm.
so it can resonate with them, so
Yeah.
they can see that they're not alone, so they can see that they have hope, they can make it through out of whatever situation.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
maybe it's a passion that you have.
Yeah.
Somebody may not know how to do such and such, okay,
Hmm.
certain things, but
Hmm.
they're looking for your expertise.
Yeah.
They're looking for your know-how. You
Mhm.
say you've been on your job 40 years.
Yeah.
Well, I know in that job you have learned some things.
Mhm.
Why don't you share it with your audience?
Mhm.
Let them know
Mhm.
what that they're
Mhm.
desperately searching for
Right.
over the internet.
Right.
You know, we got to learn how to get that value, get those treasures and those gems up out of us.
Yeah.
You
True.
know,
Mhm.
we have to learn that. And sometimes, and I always say this, okay, I always say this to women who are struggling financially,
Come on.
okay?
Mhm.
The reason why there's a struggle, you're not maximizing your potential. You see, struggling financially is only the surface thing. That's
Mhm.
not the root cause. The
Mhm.
root cause is not maximizing
Mhm.
potential.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. When they tap into maximizing their potential
Mhm.
and get everything out of them and use that for, the good of society, it'll
Mhm.
be a
Mhm.
difference. It'll be
Mhm.
a change. When we
Mhm.
serve what we do, we serve well. Because
Yeah.
that's the key to it. It's serving,
Mhm.
you know, it's
Mhm.
serving. And
Mhm.
when you're serving, you never have to worry about money.
Right. 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 Right.
Never,
Mhm. Mhm.
never.
Mhm. Mhm.
and especially during this time. Good morning, Miss Regina. How you doing today? Especially during this time.
Yeah.
This is a perfect time.
Mhm.
Wouldn't you agree, Tiffany,
It
to
is.
write a book?
It's a beautiful time to do it. Why not start now? Why
Hmm.
put it off? Start now.
Start now.
Start now. Be a great manager of your time. Be a good steward of your time. You're a good steward of your money. Being a good steward, period,
Yes.
over everything, because your time is non-refundable. You'll never get that time
No.
back. So go ahead and use your time wisely, spend it
Hmm.
wisely, put it in a book, put some information in a book so that
Yeah.
somebody else can be better helped.
Yeah.
It's going to even help you.
Oh, yes, it
Right
will. Oh, yes, it will.
there, help you.
Oh,
So,
yes, it will.
mhm.
And she said, "What? Choose you." So tell them how they could get in touch with you. I have it over the screen. How to get your book? Is that by going to that website?
You can go to my website, which is down on the screen, the
Okay.
beautiful, because you are beautiful when you are being you. So it's beautiful,
Okay.
BYOUTIFUL .me. Or you can go straight to Amazon, look up I Choose Me by Tiffany Rochelle. So those are the two ways that you'll be able to go onto my website or go into Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that you want to leave? Any final thoughts? Anything that you want to leave
Final
with the
thought.
people?
Final thought, I guess it will be, is to never give up on you. That your life is precious.
Yes.
And just like you show up in life, you show up to work, you show up to church or wherever you're at, show up for you. Um, and know that you're beautiful being who you are. And once you discover who you are, never forget who you are. That's my final thought.
Yes, that's beautiful. Once you discover who you are,
Mhm.
never forget who you are.
Never forget it. Yeah.
Some people are going to be amazed when they really find out who they are.
Hello.
They're going to be
They're going to be
amazed.
sad that they took so long to
Yes,
enjoy the beautiful individual that they are.
yes.
But when they find that out,
Oh,
don't
wow.
don't hurt yourself of the should haves. Don't should over your life.
Hmm.
Embrace what you found out and move forward from that day forward.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Wonderful. Beautiful. 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 I love this. Y'all, I hope that y'all have gotten value out of this show today. I certainly, enjoyed, talking to Tiffany today. And, we're going to do this again another time. But,
Yeah.
if you want further information of
Mhm.
how to get your book out there, maybe you're confused about writing your book, not knowing what to put in it, get on my calendar and schedule a
Yes.
free 15-minute discovery call by going to bit.ly// generate revenue 2021.
Yeah.
Again, that's bit.ly// generate revenue 2021. And I thank you for, taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today on, this powerful broadcast today.
Yeah.
The power of knowing yourself, or the power of you. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Couldn't
Power of
even
you.
think, the power of you. And I choose
Yeah.
me. Tiffany's book, I Choose Me. And
I-
you'll see that scrolling on the bottom of the screen. If you
mhm.
want to pick up that book, she already said it's on Amazon.
Mhm.
If not, go to her website. The power of me, excuse me, the power of you was the broadcast, but
Mhm.
her book is called I Choose.
Yeah.
I
Me.
choose you, right?
I choose me.
I choose me. That's what it
Mhm.
is. I
Mhm.
choose me. So
Mhm.
thank you for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you the next time. Don't forget to share this broadcast out with your friends. And again,
Mhm.
this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. Have a great rest of your day.
Grace and peace.